Imagine for a moment that you are standing in front of a mirror. The reflection you see is not just your physical self, but everything you've given to the world. Now, what if I told you that everything you've ever desired, whether it's wealth, happiness, or success, is sitting right there with you, waiting for the simple act of giving to unlock it? Today, we're going to talk about the profound impact the law of giving and receiving can have on your life, and how understanding this law can change everything you know about achieving success. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get everything they want while others struggle? The difference is in the flow. It's not about how much you can hold on to, but how much you can give away. What would happen if you stopped focusing on what you lack and started giving more of what you already have? The universal law of giving and receiving is a timeless principle that governs not just our material world, but the intangible aspects of life as well. It suggests that everything in the universe operates in a cycle. What you put out into the world in terms of energy, resources, and actions is returned to you in one form or another. This law is as old as time itself, but often it's misunderstood. Many people think that giving is simply about giving things away, while receiving is about taking what's offered to you. But the truth is far more profound. The law operates on an energetic exchange, where both giving and receiving are actions that contribute to a continuous flow of abundance. Giving and receiving are not opposites, but rather two interdependent aspects of the same force. They exist in harmony with one another, and neither can exist without the other. The energy that flows from you when you give is just as important as the energy you receive when others offer something to you. Giving isn't just about physical gifts or material possessions. It can be as simple as a smile, a kind word, your time, your knowledge, or even your willingness to listen. When you give in these ways, you create an invisible thread that binds you to others, and that thread strengthens the cycle of exchange. What makes this law so powerful is its universality. It's not confined to one area of life or restricted to one kind of relationship. It applies in every circumstance, whether it's personal, professional, or even spiritual. You may not always see an immediate return, but the law ensures that what you put out into the world does eventually come back to you, often in ways you didn't anticipate. This is where the magic lies. You can give without expectation, and the universe will ensure that your efforts are returned, sometimes in greater, more unexpected ways. In essence, the law of giving and receiving teaches us that life is a reciprocal system. Just as the tides of the ocean are always in motion, coming in and going out, the flow of life is much the same. We give and we receive in a cyclical manner. It's about contributing to that flow, ensuring that you are both a giver and a receiver. One cannot exist without the other, and it's only through embracing both aspects of the law that you unlock its true potential in your life. The beautiful part about this law is that it encourages us to focus on the act of giving, not on what we're getting in return. When we start giving freely, without any attachment to the outcome, the universe has a remarkable way of rewarding us in ways that we could never have planned or anticipated. This understanding shifts our mindset from scarcity, where we feel like there is never enough, to abundance, where we recognize that there is plenty to go around for everyone. The more we give, the more space we create for receiving. The concept that what you give comes back to you is a powerful universal truth that transcends the idea of mere transactions. This principle is not just about giving to receive something in return. It's a deeper, more profound truth that everything you put into the world, whether good or bad, creates a ripple effect that inevitably returns to you. It's a law of nature and human connection that holds true in all areas of life, personal, professional, and even spiritual. When you give, you release energy into the world. This energy can take many forms: a smile to a stranger, a helping hand to a friend in need, an encouraging word to someone struggling, or even a financial contribution to a cause you care about. Regardless of how or what you give, you are contributing to the flow of energy in the universe. That energy is never wasted. It's never lost. It always finds its way back to you in one form or another. The law does not specify how this return will manifest, which is where the true beauty of this principle lies. The return may not always come directly from the person or situation you gave to, but rest assured, the universe has a way of ensuring that your efforts are repaid. It could come back in the form of new opportunities, unexpected resources, or even the support of someone you never anticipated. Sometimes it comes back as something far more valuable than what you originally gave, be it knowledge, wisdom, or connections that significantly change the course of your life. What you give doesn't always need to be material or physical either. The way you treat people, the attitude you carry, the positivity you radiate, these are all forms of giving, and they come back to you, often multiplied. When you share love, kindness, or patience, the same energy is attracted back into your life. Positive actions tend to generate more positive circumstances, and in this way, what you give builds upon itself. Think about the moments in your life where you've given without expecting anything in return. Maybe you lent a hand to someone in need or gave your time selflessly. Now reflect on how that act of giving shifted the energy around you. You might have seen immediate results, or the benefits might have come over time. But one thing is for certain, those moments of generosity didn't go unnoticed by the universe, and they returned to you in ways big or small. The beauty of this law is that it isn't limited to material possessions. The universe is not keeping score in a transactional way. If you give love, you receive love. If you give encouragement, you receive confidence. If you give kindness, you receive respect. What you give, whether in tangible or intangible forms, has a ripple effect. You set a standard, and in doing so, you invite that standard back into your own life. The law of giving and receiving teaches us that the energy we send out directly impacts the quality of life we experience. When we live with a generous heart, we're not just waiting for something to come back to us, we are actively cultivating an environment in which abundance and prosperity thrive. The more we give, the more we open ourselves to the countless ways the universe has to offer. It's important to remember, though, that this principle requires patience and trust. The return of what you give isn't always immediate, and it often comes in unexpected forms. Sometimes the return may not look exactly like what you envisioned. But if you remain open and continue giving with a sincere heart, you will find that the universe always delivers in ways that exceed expectations. The key takeaway here is simple. When you give, whether it's time, resources, energy, or love, you are participating in a divine universal process. Your efforts never go unnoticed, and the law will ensure that what you give will come back to you, often in ways more meaningful than you can imagine. By understanding and embracing this, you tap into a never-ending flow of abundance, transforming both your life and the lives of those around you. Abundance is often misunderstood as something that can be possessed or hoarded. People tend to think of abundance as a finite resource, something that can be owned, controlled, and guarded. But the true nature of abundance is far different. It is a flow, a continuous cycle that moves and shifts, ebbs and flows, much like water in a river. This flow of abundance is not meant to be contained or stored. It thrives when it is given and received freely, when it moves from one person to another, from one moment to the next. To fully understand this, let's first look at the way natural systems work. Take a river, for example. It flows constantly, bringing fresh water from one place to another. If a river stops flowing and begins to stagnate, it no longer provides the benefits it once did. Instead, it becomes polluted, lifeless, and ultimately useless. The same is true with abundance. If we hoard it, whether it's money, love, opportunities, or knowledge, it loses its power. Abundance is meant to flow, and it is through this flow that we experience true prosperity. When we think of abundance as a flow, we begin to see that it is something that must circulate, something that must be passed along to keep it alive. The moment we become fixated on the idea of holding on to abundance is the moment we stop the flow. We stop the energy from moving, and with that, we stop our own growth. Abundance thrives when it is shared, when it is given freely, and when it is passed from one person to the next, always circulating and never stagnating. This is the key to understanding the law of giving and receiving. Abundance is not about taking as much as you can and keeping it for yourself. It's about giving and sharing in ways that create a continual, unbroken cycle. Imagine a cycle where you give generously, and in return, the universe provides you with opportunities, resources, and relationships. But it doesn't stop there. As you receive, you give again, and the cycle continues. The flow of abundance multiplies with every act of giving, creating an exponential effect in your life. Consider the natural world. Once more, trees and plants rely on pollination to grow and produce fruit. Without pollination, the cycle of growth is interrupted. Similarly, your life thrives when you actively participate in the cycle of giving and receiving. When you give your time, energy, knowledge, or resources, you contribute to the flow of abundance. And in return, you open yourself to receiving what you need to continue that cycle. It's a dynamic, ongoing process that is self-sustaining. In contrast, when we cling to scarcity, we cut ourselves off from the flow of abundance. If we hold on too tightly to our resources or our success, we begin to limit our own potential for growth. Scarcity mentality tells us that there isn't enough to go around, that we must protect what we have at all costs. But abundance in its true form is infinite. It is not limited, nor can it ever run out. There is always more to give and receive if we are willing to let it flow freely. The law of giving and receiving teaches us that abundance is available to everyone. It is not something that belongs to a select few. The more we give, whether it's kindness, time, money, or effort, the more we contribute to the universal flow of abundance. And the more we give, the more we receive in return. But this is not a matter of keeping score, it's a matter of embracing the flow. The universe rewards generosity by ensuring that abundance continues to circulate, always replenishing itself. When you begin to think of abundance as a flow, you will notice that your life becomes less about what you're holding on to and more about how you're contributing to the world around you. You'll realize that by being generous, whether in spirit, resources, or time, you are not giving away something that depletes you. You are simply letting the flow continue, allowing new opportunities, relationships, and successes to come into your life. Abundance, in its truest form, grows as it flows, expanding with each act of giving, creating a cycle of growth that benefits both you and the world around you. So, embrace the flow of abundance. Let it circulate freely, and allow the energy of giving and receiving to work its magic in your life. When you give freely, without attachment, you open the doors to limitless possibilities, ensuring that abundance is a continuous, ever-expanding part of your life. True generosity is not just about giving to others, it's about giving from a place of authenticity, without expecting anything in return. It goes beyond simple charity or an act of kindness. It is a mindset, a way of living that comes from an abundant heart. When you practice true generosity, you do so without attachment to the outcome, without any conditions or expectations. It's about giving freely because you genuinely care about the well-being of others, because you understand that the very act of giving is part of the larger cycle of life and abundance. Generosity is often misunderstood as something that requires sacrifice or a heavy cost. People might think, I can't afford to give more, or I'm too busy to help others, but true generosity is not defined by the size of the gift, it's about the spirit behind it. It's not about how much you have to give, but about how much you're willing to share, regardless of the circumstances. Generosity is not limited by material wealth. It can come in many forms: time, attention, encouragement, or even empathy. When you give from the heart, it is never a sacrifice, it is an exchange, a way of contributing to the flow of life. True generosity stems from the understanding that life is a shared experience. We are all connected in ways we may not always see, and when we offer our help or our support, we strengthen those connections. You may never know the full impact of your actions, but when you give selflessly, you create ripples of positivity that extend far beyond your immediate reach. One small act of kindness, one generous gesture, can alter the course of someone's life, or at the very least, brighten their day in ways that are impossible to measure. Think about a time when someone gave to you without expecting anything in return. Maybe it was advice, a loan, a favor, or simply a moment of their time. Notice how that act made you feel. You likely felt a sense of appreciation, a deep connection, and perhaps even a desire to pay it forward. That's the power of true generosity. It does not just benefit the person receiving, it enriches both the giver and the receiver, creating a deeper sense of mutual respect and understanding. One of the most profound aspects of generosity is that it never truly leaves you empty. Contrary to the belief that giving means you have less, true generosity actually increases your capacity to receive. When you give freely, you make space for more to enter your life because you're participating in the flow of abundance. Generosity isn't about depleting your resources, it's about expanding your heart and mind. As you give, you open yourself to receiving in unexpected ways. The more you give, the more you are rewarded, not just materially, but with emotional, spiritual, and personal growth. You will find that far from running out of energy or resources, you become a magnet for more. True generosity also creates trust. When people see that you are giving selflessly, they are more likely to trust you, to see you as someone reliable and supportive. This trust builds relationships, both personally and professionally, and it's these relationships that are often the greatest form of abundance you can have. The more you give, the more you build a network of goodwill around you, creating a circle of positive energy that works in your favor. Generosity also allows you to overcome the fear of lack. We are often afraid that if we give too much, we will not have enough for ourselves. But true generosity challenges that mindset. It teaches us that the more we give, the more we receive, because the universe is constantly replenishing itself. There is no true lack in the universe, only the perception of it. When we believe that there is always enough time, enough love, enough resources, we allow ourselves to give without fear. We become freer and more open to receiving, because we trust that the flow will always be there for us, as long as we keep contributing to it. In essence, true generosity is a lifestyle, not a one-time action. It is a way of approaching life with an open heart and an open hand, knowing that when you give freely, you are not losing anything, you are expanding your world. By giving generously, you create a cycle of positivity that not only benefits others, but transforms your own life. When you give without expectation, you unlock the door to a life filled with abundance, joy, and the fulfillment that comes from knowing you are part of something far larger than yourself. True generosity doesn't just change others' lives, it changes your life forever. The power of small acts of generosity cannot be overstated. Often we think that making a significant impact in someone's life requires grand gestures or monumental actions. We wait for the right moment to do something extraordinary, but in doing so we overlook the quiet strength of the small, everyday acts of kindness that can have just as profound an effect, if not more. Small acts may seem insignificant in the moment, but their cumulative impact is nothing short of transformative. A kind word to a colleague, a compliment to a stranger, a moment of patience with a loved one, these little gestures, when done consistently, have the power to shift not just the energy in a room, but also the direction of a person's life. Often it's these small, simple acts that are remembered long after the larger ones have faded from memory. People might forget the big gifts or grand gestures, but they will never forget how you made them feel with a small act of kindness. One of the most incredible things about small acts is their ripple effect. You may think that your actions don't matter, that one small gesture is insignificant in the grand scheme of things. But the truth is that everything you do has an impact, even if you don't see it right away. When you smile at someone who's having a bad day, when you take the time to help someone with a task, or when you listen to someone who needs to talk, you create a positive energy that doesn't just stay with that person. It spreads. That person might go on to have a more positive interaction with someone else, or they might be inspired to pass on the kindness they received. Before you know it, your small act has multiplied and touched countless others. These small acts are the foundation upon which trust, goodwill, and connection are built. Relationships, whether personal or professional, are not formed overnight. They are built through small, consistent efforts over time. A kind gesture here, a thoughtful action there, these things create a network of trust and reciprocity that strengthen over time. The more you give, the more the bonds of connection grow, and the more likely it is that those you've helped will return the favor, not out of obligation, but because they feel compelled to reciprocate the kindness. It's easy to think that we need to have something big to offer in order to make a difference. However, often the most impactful things are the simplest. A compliment may be the only thing that brightens someone's day. A helping hand may be what helps a colleague finish a task that seemed impossible. And a smile may be just what someone needs to feel seen and appreciated. These acts, though small, can change the course of someone's day, and perhaps even their life, in ways you can't predict. Small acts of kindness and generosity are often the most genuine, because they come from a place of true care and empathy. They require no fanfare, no recognition. They are the product of a sincere desire to make the world a little better. When you give in this way, you don't do it for the applause or the reward, but because it aligns with the natural flow of generosity. And this sincerity is what makes small acts so powerful. They are born of authenticity and are often the purest form of giving. Think about how often you've experienced small acts of kindness that have stayed with you long after the moment has passed. It could be something as simple as someone holding the door open for you, a friend remembering your birthday with a thoughtful message, or a colleague offering help when you were feeling overwhelmed. These moments matter, not because of their size, but because they show us that we are seen, that we are valued, that we are worthy of attention. And when we realize this, we are more likely to offer that same kindness to others. Another crucial aspect of small acts is that they don't require you to be wealthy, famous, or influential. You don't have to have abundant resources to give abundantly. Small acts of generosity are available to everyone, regardless of your financial situation or social status. A kind word, a genuine smile, an act of encouragement, these cost nothing but can have a lasting impact. It's a reminder that generosity is not limited to material wealth. It's about your time, your attention, and the energy you share with others. When you begin to recognize the power of small acts, you start to see that every moment presents an opportunity to make a difference. You no longer need to wait for a grand occasion or a perfect moment to be generous. Every day offers countless chances to give, whether in a small or large way. And it's these daily actions that truly transform lives, both yours and others. By embracing the power of small acts, you begin to create a life that is rich with positive energy, connection, and abundance. It's the small, consistent acts of generosity that have the greatest impact. They are the glue that holds relationships together, the spark that ignites new opportunities, and the foundation of a life lived in alignment with the law of giving and receiving. So, don't underestimate the power of the small things. The little things you do today will echo throughout your life and the lives of others for years to come. The energy you put into the world is far more powerful than you might realize. It is the invisible force that shapes your reality and affects everyone you come into contact with. Every thought, every action, every word you speak is charged with energy that has a ripple effect far beyond what you can see. We tend to underestimate the impact of our personal energy, but when you recognize that your energy creates the environment around you, you begin to understand just how profound your influence really is. Every interaction you have with others is an exchange of energy. Whether you are aware of it or not, the words you speak, the way you behave, and even the way you carry yourself radiates an energetic frequency. When you engage with someone in a positive, compassionate way, you elevate their energy, and in turn, they elevate yours. Your positive energy becomes infectious, creating a chain reaction that can brighten someone's day or change the course of their life. On the flip side, when you interact with negativity or hostility, that energy can leave a lasting impact on the other person, creating a sense of discomfort or distress that may linger. Energy is not confined to physical actions or verbal communication. It extends to your thoughts and intentions as well. What you think and focus on also creates energy, and the energy of your thoughts can shape your life in powerful ways. Negative thoughts, fears, and doubts generate an energy that can manifest as obstacles, missed opportunities, and an overall feeling of dissatisfaction. But when you focus on gratitude, positivity, and possibility, you invite more of those same energies into your life. Your internal world creates your external world, and it all begins with the energy you choose to cultivate within yourself. Your energy is also deeply tied to your emotional state. When you are in a positive emotional state, feeling joy, love, gratitude, or excitement, you exude an energy that is magnetic. People are naturally drawn to that kind of energy because it feels good, and they want to be around it. Conversely, when you are stuck in negative emotions like anger, fear, or resentment, the energy you project is heavy and dense. It creates barriers between you and others, and it can often lead to isolation or misunderstandings. The more you cultivate positive emotions, the more that energy will spread, and the more you will attract the right people, opportunities, and experiences into your life. The energy you put into the world is not just about how you interact with others, but also how you treat yourself. Self-care, self-compassion, and self-love are essential to maintaining a high vibrational energy. When you neglect your own well-being, whether it's through lack of sleep, poor nutrition, or negative self-talk, you lower your energy. But when you prioritize your health, your happiness, and your peace of mind, you elevate your energy. This positive energy not only benefits you, but it also influences the world around you. It's a reflection of how you value yourself and how much you're willing to pour into your own growth and well-being. The beauty of energy is that it is not static, it is dynamic and ever-changing. Every moment presents an opportunity for you to shift your energy. You have the power to change the frequency at which you vibrate simply by changing your thoughts, emotions, and actions. If you find yourself in a negative space, you don't have to stay there. You can intentionally choose to shift your energy by practicing gratitude, engaging in an uplifting activity, or surrounding yourself with positive influences. This ability to change your energy is a gift, and it is something you can do at any time. So the more conscious you become of the energy you put into the world, the more you realize how powerful it is. It's not just about what you say or do, it's about the energy behind your words and actions. It's the intention and the emotion that fuels everything. When you approach life with the intention to spread positivity, compassion, and generosity, you are contributing to the collective energy in a way that elevates the entire world. The energy you put out becomes a beacon, attracting like-minded people and experiences into your life. When you put positive energy into the world, you help to shift the collective consciousness. As more people begin to focus on positivity, love, and abundance, the overall vibration of society rises. It creates a ripple effect that can transform communities, countries, and ultimately the world. Each act of kindness, each moment of gratitude, each choice to respond with love instead of fear, is part of a larger movement toward a more harmonious world. The energy you put out is never isolated. It is always part of a greater flow that connects us all. Understanding the power of your energy is not just about improving your own life, it's about recognizing that you are a part of something much larger. Every thought, every action, every word you speak is an energetic contribution to the collective energy of the world. When you choose to put out love, kindness, and positivity, you are actively contributing to the betterment of the world, one interaction at a time. You are a vital part of the flow, and your energy has the potential to change the world in ways you may never fully understand. Gratitude is a powerful force, often underestimated, that serves as the gateway to receiving the abundance the universe has to offer. It is more than just a polite thank you or a fleeting moment of appreciation. Gratitude is an attitude, a mindset, and a practice that has the potential to transform your life on a deep, profound level. When practiced sincerely and regularly, gratitude opens the door to receiving more of what you truly want, need, and deserve. Gratitude is an acknowledgement of what is already present in your life. It's about recognizing the abundance that surrounds you, whether it's the love of family and friends, the beauty of nature, your health, or the opportunities you've been given. When you shift your focus from what's lacking to what's already abundant, you begin to notice the countless blessings that you may have taken for granted before. Gratitude shifts your perspective, helping you see the world through a lens of abundance instead of scarcity. One of the most powerful aspects of gratitude is its ability to attract more of the same. The law of attraction states that like attracts like what you focus on grows. When you focus on what you are grateful for, you send out an energetic signal that says, I have enough. And the universe responds by bringing you more of what you appreciate. It's as though the energy of gratitude acts as a magnet, drawing in new opportunities, resources, relationships, and experiences. The more you appreciate what you already have, the more you open yourself up to receiving more of it. Gratitude also works as a tool for shifting your internal energy. When you're feeling down, stressed, or overwhelmed, focusing on the things you are grateful for can shift your emotional state almost immediately. Gratitude is an antidote to negativity and fear. When you are grateful, it becomes impossible to focus on lack, worry, or anxiety. The act of being grateful aligns you with positive energy, and this positive energy is the very frequency that attracts more of what you desire. Gratitude is the gateway to abundance because it connects you with the flow of positive energy that is necessary to receive. Gratitude fosters a sense of openness. When you express gratitude, you create space in your heart and mind for more to enter. This openness is crucial for receiving. If you walk around with a sense of entitlement, or if you are resistant to receiving, you block the flow of abundance. Gratitude, on the other hand, encourages humility and recognition. By acknowledging the blessings you already have, you cultivate a sense of being worthy of receiving more. It's an acknowledgement that you are deserving of life's gifts, and this recognition allows you to be more receptive to the good things that come your way. Gratitude is also a form of acknowledgement and respect toward others. When you express gratitude to the people in your life, whether it's a simple thank you or a deeper expression of appreciation, you strengthen your relationships and open the door for even more support, kindness, and goodwill. People are more likely to give when they feel appreciated, and this works not just in personal relationships but in professional settings as well. Acknowledging the efforts of others and showing gratitude creates a cycle of reciprocity, where both giving and receiving flow freely between you and those around you. Gratitude allows you to release attachment to outcomes. Often when we desire something, we become fixated on the specific way we want it to appear in our lives. We may have a rigid idea of how we want things to unfold, and when they don't go according to plan, we feel disappointed or frustrated. Gratitude teaches you to release control and trust the process. By practicing gratitude, you learn to appreciate things as they are, even if they don't match your expectations. This open-handed approach invites new possibilities and allows you to receive in ways you may never have imagined. Another essential aspect of gratitude is its connection to self-worth. When you are grateful, you acknowledge that you deserve the good things in your life. This sense of worthiness is vital for receiving. If you don't believe you are deserving of love, success, or happiness, you may subconsciously block the flow of abundance. Gratitude reinforces the idea that you are worthy and that you are already abundant. It serves as a reminder that you are enough just as you are, and that everything you need is already within reach. Gratitude also nurtures a sense of contentment. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to become focused on what's next, always striving, always looking for the next goal to accomplish, the next thing to achieve. While ambition is important, it can also create a sense of discontentment if we are never satisfied with what we have. Gratitude allows you to find joy in the present moment, to celebrate the journey rather than just the destination. This contentment creates a fertile ground for receiving more, because it aligns you with the present moment and opens your heart to what's available right now. When you are content with where you are in the best position to receive what is coming next. Gratitude also strengthens your connection to the present moment. Often we get caught up in the past or the future, dwelling on regrets or anxieties about what's to come. Gratitude brings us back to the here and now, to the things we can appreciate in this very moment. This grounding practice enhances our ability to receive, because when we are truly present, we are more attuned to the opportunities and blessings that are right in front of us. Gratitude allows you to see the beauty in the small things, and it trains your mind to focus on what's going right instead of what's going wrong. The act of practicing gratitude is not a one-time event, it's a lifestyle. The more you make it a habit, the more natural it becomes to receive. By integrating gratitude into your daily routine, whether through journaling, meditation, or simply taking a moment each day to reflect on what you're thankful for, you continuously raise your vibration and align yourself with the flow of abundance. Gratitude becomes a muscle that strengthens with use, and as it grows, so does your capacity to receive. Gratitude is the key to unlocking the door to receiving. It shifts your focus, realigns your energy, and opens your heart to the abundance that is already available to you. The more you practice gratitude, the more you practice truth, the more you will attract into your life, whether it's wealth, love, opportunities, or peace. Gratitude is the gateway, the bridge that connects you to the unlimited resources of the universe. And as you walk through that gateway, you open yourself to a life of endless possibilities. Money is one of the most powerful forces in our lives. Yet it is also one of the most misunderstood. The beliefs you hold about money shape not only your financial reality, but also your relationship with abundance, success, and prosperity. These beliefs often run deep, influenced by the culture you were raised in, the experiences you've had, and the messages you've received throughout your life. However, to truly transform your financial situation, you must challenge these beliefs and question whether they are serving you or limiting your potential. From an early age, we are taught certain beliefs about money, whether consciously or unconsciously, that shape the way we view it. Phrases like "money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are greedy," or "you have to work hard for money." are ingrained in our minds and become part of our internal narrative. These messages are often rooted in scarcity, lack, and struggle. We are conditioned to believe that money is a finite resource, something that is difficult to come by and must be earned through toil and hardship. But the truth is, money is not a limited resource. It is an energy, a tool, and a medium of exchange that flows through the economy, businesses, and individuals. The world is abundant with opportunities to create wealth, yet many people remain trapped by limiting beliefs about money. These beliefs keep them stuck in a cycle of struggle, where money feels scarce, difficult to obtain, or something to be feared. Challenging these beliefs is the first step in changing your financial reality. One of the most important beliefs to challenge is the idea that money is inherently bad or evil. Many people grow up hearing that money corrupts or that wanting money is a sign of selfishness. This belief creates an unhealthy relationship with money, where people may feel guilty for wanting more or believe that accumulating wealth will somehow make them a bad person. In reality, money is simply a tool. It is neither good nor bad on its own. It is how you use it that determines its impact. Money can be used for good, whether it's funding charitable causes, creating jobs, supporting family members, or providing for your own well-being. Money, in and of itself, has no moral value. It is simply energy that amplifies your intentions and actions. Another deeply ingrained belief that holds many people back is the idea that money is only for a select few. This belief creates a barrier to financial success because it leads people to think that only the lucky, privileged, or highly skilled can achieve wealth. This idea of exclusivity reinforces feelings of inadequacy and the belief that no matter how hard you work, you'll never be able to accumulate the wealth you desire. The truth is that wealth is not reserved for the few. It is available to anyone who is open to receiving it, willing to change their mindset, and take the necessary actions to create it. By challenging the belief that money is only for others, you open yourself up to new possibilities and opportunities for financial growth. Similarly, many people hold the belief that you have to work long hours or sacrifice your happiness to earn money. This belief ties money to hard work, struggle, and effort, which can lead to burnout and frustration. While hard work can certainly lead to financial success, it is not the only path. There are many ways to generate wealth that do not require grinding away at a 9-to-5 job for decades. By challenging the belief that money must be earned through struggle, you begin to see that there are other ways to create wealth, whether it's through entrepreneurship, investing, or leveraging your skills in innovative ways. Money is not a direct result of time spent working, but rather the result of value created, smart decisions, and opportunities seized. Furthermore, the belief that money is inherently difficult to manage can also hold people back. Many people feel overwhelmed by their finances, convinced that money management is complex or beyond their capabilities. This belief can lead to avoidance, procrastination, and a lack of financial planning. In reality, managing money is a skill that can be learned, and there are countless resources available to help you improve your financial literacy. By challenging the belief that managing money is difficult, you begin to see that with the right mindset and tools, anyone can take control of their financial future. A common belief that many people hold is that having more money will solve all of their problems. While it's true that money can solve many practical issues such as paying off debt, securing your future, or improving your quality of life, it is not a cure-all. Money alone cannot bring happiness, fulfillment, or meaning. In fact, many people who acquire great wealth still struggle with feelings of emptiness or dissatisfaction. By challenging the belief that money will make you happy, you begin to understand that true wealth lies not just in the amount of money you have, but in how you use it, and in the balance you create between financial success and personal fulfillment. Moreover, you may need to challenge the belief that money is inherently unstable or unreliable. Many people live in fear of losing money or having their financial security taken away. This fear can lead to anxiety, poor financial decisions, and a constant state of worry. But the truth is that money, like all things in life, is in constant flow. Wealth can ebb and flow, and financial markets will always experience fluctuations. However, by shifting your mindset from fear to opportunity, you can begin to navigate the financial world with greater confidence. When you view money as a tool that works for you rather than something to fear or hoard, you unlock the ability to create and maintain wealth, even in uncertain times. Another critical belief to challenge is the idea that you must always be frugal or penny pinching in order to build wealth. While it's important to be mindful of your spending, this belief often leads people to avoid enjoying their money or investing in experiences that bring joy and fulfillment. True wealth is not about denying yourself the pleasures of life. It's about finding a healthy balance between spending wisely and enjoying what you've worked hard to earn. Challenging the belief that money must always be saved or hoarded allows you to experience financial freedom without guilt and helps you align your spending with your values and goals. Finally, challenging your beliefs about money requires an openness to abundance. Many people operate from a mindset of scarcity where they believe that there is never enough to go around. This mindset leads to hoarding, fear of giving, and a lack of generosity. However, when you shift your thinking to abundance, you realize that there is more than enough to go around. Money is not a limited resource, and there is always room for more. Abundance thinking allows you to receive freely, give generously, and open yourself up to new opportunities and sources of income. In conclusion, challenging your beliefs about money is essential if you want to transform your financial life. The beliefs you hold shape your relationship with money and your ability to attract it into your life. By questioning and shifting these beliefs, you free yourself from the constraints that limit your potential and open yourself up to a world of possibilities. Money is not something to be feared or avoided. It is a tool that, when used wisely, can help you create the life you desire. He said, "The risk of withholding, expend this and do not add any ending sentence." ChatGPT. ChatGPT, the risk of withholding. Withholding, whether it's your time, your energy, your love, or your resources, is one of the most detrimental actions you can take in your journey towards success, happiness, and fulfillment. The risk of withholding is not just about missing out on opportunities. It is about creating barriers that limit your growth, relationships, and ability to receive. The act of withholding often comes from a place of fear, insecurity, or a misguided belief in scarcity. But it ultimately serves to block the flow of abundance and success from entering your life. One of the primary risks of withholding is the damage it does to your relationships. Relationships, whether personal or professional, thrive on generosity, sharing, and openness. When you withhold love, kindness, or support from others, you create emotional distance and barriers between yourself and those around you. People are naturally drawn to those who give freely, who show empathy and understanding. But when you hold back, whether it's out of fear of vulnerability or because you're protecting yourself from potential hurt, you create a disconnect. This emotional withholding can result in misunderstandings, resentment, and missed opportunities for deeper connections. Relationships require reciprocity, the giving and receiving of emotional energy. When you withhold, you limit that exchange, and ultimately both you and others suffer. Another risk of withholding is the stagnation it causes in your own life. Life is a flow, and when you withhold, whether from others or from yourself, you disrupt that flow. Think about any time you've withheld your time, energy, or resources. It often stems from a mindset of scarcity or fear of losing what you have. However, this very act of withholding prevents you from experiencing the growth and opportunities that come from sharing and giving. When you withhold, you shut down your ability to experience the rewards that come from generosity, whether it's in the form of new connections, new opportunities, or the joy of seeing others benefit from your actions. For instance, withholding your time or talents can result in missed opportunities for collaboration, career advancement, or personal growth. Many people hesitate to give freely of their time, energy, or expertise because they fear they won't have enough for themselves. However, by withholding, they close themselves off from the very opportunities that could propel them forward. When you withhold your expertise or hold back from helping others, you also close the door to learning from others, which ultimately stunts your own growth. Sharing and contributing to the success of others often opens the path for mutual benefit, leading to personal and professional rewards that would never come from withholding. There is also a financial risk involved in withholding. In the context of wealth and abundance, many people are hesitant to give or invest because they believe that doing so will deplete their resources. This fear of losing what they have often leads to the act of hoarding, which prevents them from creating new opportunities for income and wealth. When you hold on too tightly to your money or resources, you prevent them from circulating and multiplying. Giving, whether it's donating to a cause, investing in your personal development, or taking risks in your career or business, is what allows new opportunities to emerge. When you withhold your resources, you stop the flow of abundance into your life. The act of giving, investing, and sharing is what keeps that flow moving, enabling new wealth opportunities and experiences to come your way. Withholding also prevents you from receiving. The law of giving and receiving operates as a cycle. What you give is often what you receive in return. However, if you withhold, you close yourself off from the flow of abundance that could be coming back to you. Whether it's withholding kindness, trust, love, or even financial support, by not giving you block the very thing you hope to receive. You must be willing to open your heart and hands to others if you want to receive in return. The energy you put out into the world is what attracts the energy back to you. Withholding blocks that cycle, leaving you stuck in a state of scarcity or lack. Personal growth and finances, withholding also negatively impacts your emotional and mental well-being. Emotional withholding often stems from a fear of rejection, hurt, or judgment. When you withhold your true feelings, your desires, or your thoughts, you create internal tension and emotional strain. This emotional suppression can lead to feelings of isolation, frustration, and resentment. By holding back your true self, you limit your ability to connect with others on a deeper, more authentic level. You prevent yourself from fully experiencing the freedom and joy that comes from being open and honest. Furthermore, this internalized tension can eventually lead to stress, burnout, and even physical health problems. Another risk of withholding is that it limits your potential for creativity and innovation. In both personal and professional contexts, withholding ideas, feedback, or insights stifles creativity and prevents collaboration. Many people hold back their thoughts because they fear criticism, judgment, or failure. However, the act of withholding prevents new ideas from coming into the world. Sharing your thoughts, collaborating with others, and allowing your creativity to flow is what fosters innovation and growth. When you withhold, you not only limit your own potential, but also prevent others from benefiting from your ideas and contributions. The habit of withholding also reinforces a mindset of scarcity. When you believe that there is not enough, whether it's love, time, money, or opportunities, you begin to hoard what you have, thinking that giving will leave you with less. This scarcity mentality is a dangerous trap because it keeps you locked in fear and prevents you from experiencing the fullness of life. The truth is that there is always more to give, and the more you give, the more you give, the more you receive. By embracing a mindset of abundance and sharing freely with others, you open yourself up to a world of endless possibilities. Withholding, on the end, keeps you stuck in a cycle of fear and lack, where you believe that if you give, you will be left with nothing. Withholding can lead to missed personal fulfillment. Whether it's withholding love, support, or kindness, the act of withholding can prevent you from experiencing the joy that comes from connecting with others and sharing in their success. There is immense fulfillment in contributing to the well-being of others and watching them thrive because of your support. When you withhold, you rob yourself of the satisfaction and happiness that comes from being part of someone else's journey. In the grand scheme of life, the risk of withholding is that you close yourself off from the flow of abundance and connection that is available to you. Withholding prevents the exchange of energy, ideas, love, and resources that are necessary for growth, success, and fulfillment. It stifles relationships, limits opportunities, and blocks the flow of prosperity into your life. The true power lies in giving your time, your love, your knowledge, and your resources. When you give, you open the doors to receiving, creating a harmonious exchange that propels you forward and brings both you and those around you greater success and fulfillment. The law of reciprocity is one of the most fundamental and powerful principles of human interaction, and its effects can be seen in nearly every aspect of life. Simply put, the law of reciprocity states that what you give, you will receive in kind. It is the idea that positive actions lead to positive outcomes, and that kindness, generosity, and goodwill tend to return to you in ways that may surprise you. While this law may seem simple, it is a profound force that shapes our relationships, our success, and our connection to the world around us. The law of reciprocity is based on the concept of exchange, both social and economic. Human beings have an innate drive to reciprocate when they are given something. This can be a favor, a gift, or even an act of kindness. It creates a sense of indebtedness or goodwill that motivates the recipient to return the favor, often in some way or form. This is why people who give freely and generously tend to be well-liked, respected, and supported by others. They are creating a network of positive energy that attracts more of the same into their lives. One of the most powerful aspects of the law of reciprocity is how it operates on both conscious and subconscious levels. On a conscious level, we may give because we expect something in return. This could be as simple as offering a compliment to a colleague and expecting them to respond positively, or helping a friend move and expecting that they will return the favor in the future. However, much of the power of this law operates at a subconscious level. When we do something kind for someone, we may not consciously expect something in return, but the law still works in the background. The energy we put out into the world comes back to us, often in ways that are unexpected and in ways that we might not even recognize until we look back and see how the universe has returned our kindness. A clear example of the law of reciprocity can be seen in business and professional relationships. Many successful entrepreneurs, leaders, and business people are known for their willingness to give without expecting immediate returns. They offer value, knowledge, and support freely, building a reputation for generosity. Over time, this generosity attracts opportunities, collaborations, and support that help them grow and succeed in ways they might not have predicted. Whether it's offering advice to a younger entrepreneur, providing mentorship to someone in need, or investing in a cause they believe in, they create a network of goodwill that works in their favor. This principle can also be seen in personal relationships. When you show kindness, trust, and affection toward others, you are not only strengthening your relationship with them, but also setting the stage for reciprocal actions. The person on the receiving end of your kindness will likely feel a sense of gratitude or indebtedness that compels them to return the favor. This doesn't necessarily mean that they will give back in the same form. Someone may offer you a different type of support than you originally gave them, but the core principle of giving and receiving remains intact. The more you give in a relationship, the stronger the connection becomes, creating a cycle of positive reinforcement that strengthens the bond between you. If you choose to withhold or act out of selfishness, the law of reciprocity also operates in this regard. Withholding support, kindness, or empathy creates a barrier that makes it difficult to receive these things in return. People tend to mirror the energy they receive. If you approach life and relationships with a sense of scarcity or lack, withholding from others, or acting out of self-interest, you are likely to create a pattern where others respond similarly. This reinforces the idea that there is not enough to go around and prevents the flow of positive energy into your life. In this way, the law of reciprocity works both ways. When you give generously, you invite generosity in return, and when you withhold, you may block the flow of abundance and support. The law of reciprocity operates in the realm of energy and emotions as well. When you invest emotionally in someone, whether it's through support, understanding, or empathy, that energy is often returned to you. People sense when they are valued and appreciated, and this emotional currency generates positive feelings and goodwill. When you take the time to listen to someone, offer advice, or show compassion, it strengthens the emotional bond between you. In turn, when you need support, guidance, or comfort, others are more likely to return the favor because they feel a sense of reciprocity. This emotional exchange, when practiced consciously and authentically, nurtures deeper and more meaningful relationships. The law of reciprocity also extends to the way we interact with our communities in the broader world. Acts of kindness, no matter how small, create a ripple effect that spreads outwards. Helping a neighbor, supporting a local business, or contributing to a charitable cause doesn't just benefit the recipient, it enriches the giver as well. The energy of goodwill and generosity multiplies, often returning to you in unexpected ways. For example, volunteering at a community event may not just make you feel good about helping others, it could also connect you to new people, ideas, or opportunities that you might not have encountered otherwise. The law operates universally. The more you contribute to the well-being of the world around you, the more you create an environment where your own needs and desires are met. The law of reciprocity is key to understanding the dynamics of trust and cooperation. Trust is built when one party demonstrates willingness to contribute, even without the expectation of an immediate return. This creates a foundation of goodwill, where both sides feel more secure and open to working together. When trust is established through reciprocal actions, whether in business partnerships, friendships, or family relationships, the connection strengthens and the potential for mutual success increases. When you trust that the people around you will reciprocate your positive actions, it creates a sense of safety and cooperation that fosters growth and success. Even when we consider the intangible aspects of success, such as mindset, the law of reciprocity is at play. The energy you put into the world, whether it's positive or negative, comes back to you. When you approach life with a mindset of abundance, optimism, and a willingness to share and contribute, you invite opportunities, success, and positivity into your life. The law of reciprocity operates as a universal principle that rewards those who contribute to the well-being of others and to the world at large. The more you put out positive energy, the more you attract positive outcomes. The key to fully leveraging the law of reciprocity is to give without attachment to the outcome. This means offering your time, love, support, or resources without expecting immediate or direct compensation. When you give freely and unconditionally, you tap into the flow of reciprocity and open yourself up to receiving in return. The act of giving without strings attached shifts your energy from one of need or lack to one of abundance and trust. By giving from a place of genuine generosity, you invite the universe to return that generosity in ways that far exceed your expectations.